Welcome to Profiles. I'm Richard Fredrickson, and you are, yes, you're on Channel 6 or YouTube, either one. We thank you for stopping by and spending a few moments with us. We have something very, very special for you today. You know, I've interviewed all kinds of people in business, in politics, well, you name it, and we probably have talked to someone representing those categories. But I've never, ever dreamed that I'd be talking with someone who makes caps. Oh, no, not those kind of caps, and not these kind of caps. These are special caps worn by very special people, and you are about to find out what those caps are all about. I'm not going to tell you right away. First, we're going to meet the lady, the woman, the leader of the pack, and her current customers here at, what is the name of the company?
Welding Caps by Lori.
Walking Caps by Lori.
Welding Caps.
Welding. Welding. Yeah. That's W-E-L-D?
Yes, sir.
I never heard of such a thing. Have you ever heard of that? Have you ever heard of that? Here's what you get when you put 25 years of your life into nursing, and then you end up on YouTube at Channel 6 talking about welding caps. I'll bet you didn't even know there was such a thing. Well, we'll find out more about that. So you stay tuned. The only time you can take a break is to call your neighbor up and tell them, hey, there's really something really special on YouTube or Channel 6 here in Joliet. Okay? All right, I'm going to be all over the place here. I talked about nursing, so let's do that first. Well, just like I would ask you why you would get welding caps, why nursing?
Why nursing? One, I love caring for people and grew up my whole life babysitting, or my young adult life, babysitting, taking care of people, and just decided nursing was the thing for me. I went to JJC, graduated from the nursing program there, and off we go. I started out in CVICU, or cardiovascular intensive care, and did that for 25 years. Did some school nursing in there, elementary school.
I told you this is going to be an amazing interview, and we've just started. Now, we'll go back to where it should really begin, okay. And that is with your parents. You are first generation American, correct?
I am. My parents immigrated here right after World War II from Newfoundland, Canada. And then my grandparents went to Canada from Ireland. So I am first generation American. 3 of my oldest siblings were born in Canada, and they have dual citizenship from Canada and here in the United States. So kind of cool, first generation American here doing something.
It is. Have you been back to the homeland?
I have. I've been back several times. I haven't been back to Ireland. That's still on the bucket list.
That's your homeland. When you tell me you're Irish.
I've been to Newfoundland several times.
Well, that's close.
Yes, but not to Ireland. So that is my bucket list to go to Ireland.
Well,
County Cork.
County Cork. There's 2 countries that I love. 3, this country, and then Ireland, which I love going there. People are fantastic, and Italy.
Italy. Oh, now Italy. That sounds good too.
The food and the pickpockets are really interesting there in Italy. No, I loved Italy. Now, your parents in Canada, what's your mom and dad do?
Well, sadly, they're both deceased now, but my dad was self-employed. He raised 7 kids, being self-employed, drywaller and decorator. Yeah.
A working man.
He was a working man. My mom was a stay-at-home mom because there was 7 kids she had to take care of, and I'm going to tell you, I'm really proud of what they did. They came here with absolutely nothing, like $40 in their pocket and 3 little kids under the age of 4. And they made it. They made it.
Yeah.
And
it's a million stories like that. And when they raised 7 kids, and those 7 kids, are the siblings all still alive?
Yes, and we're scattered across the United States. We all do wonderful things. I have a brother who had his own contracting business. He's retired now, and I have a sister that worked at a university down in Southern Illinois. So, yeah.
That's great. Lori, let's do this. Yes, we will get to the product, I promise. How about your family? Tell me about your
My
family.
family, married for 35 years, and I have one son. He lives in Wisconsin.
That's great. Where in Wisconsin?
He lives in Sheboygan.
Sheboygan,
You have
Wisconsin.
to say it like that, Sheboygan.
I know. I know it well. It was the first time I was in Sheboygan. We were pulled over. My dad was driving. He went over the double yellow line, and we went to Sheboygan and had to pay the fine. I
There you
remember
go.
that was my first and only trip to Sheboygan.
Sheboygan is beautiful. It
It
really
is.
is. Right on the lakefront, Lake Michigan, and yeah, he likes it up there. He was a fine dining chef, moved to car sales, working for Toyota. So,
Wow.
and he loves it. He loves it. He gave up the culinary world.
But I'll bet he's still a good cook, and I bet you enjoy visiting.
Wonderful,
Yeah,
wonderful.
yeah. Well, I'm trying to figure out all the things I want to talk to you about before we talk about welding caps.
Okay.
Well, here's one right now. You're living where?
I live here in Joliet,
In
over
Joliet?
by
Now, don't tell me
Joliet
where.
Junior College.
Okay, don't
Not
tell me
my
yet.
address.
I don't want that,
No, I don't want you
neighbors
to
and
come
friends
over.
coming to visit you.
No, I don't want them to come and visit me.
But
No.
I know where that is, and kind of like the College Park area, and the Joliet Junior College, the oldest community college in the United States.
Yes.
And it is also famous for their nursing school, which I don't think many community colleges have that kind of fame,
They do not.
you know.
They do not.
Or do they even have those classes and
And
courses?
they have very, very high expectations
Yeah.
for their nursing students, way above other colleges and universities. You have to get a certain grade point to be able to progress through their
Yeah.
program.
And I think in the future, or the near future, I don't know about nursing, but they are looking at going 4 years at Joliet Community College. That's just this year, talking about that. Well, okay. Well, look at my little notes here. You see that?
Recycle.
We've talked about nursing, a little bit of it about nursing, and I know you went out to California for a while, correct?
2 years, lived in California, Yorba Linda area, Anaheim, for 2 years, realized, oh my goodness, I cannot afford to stay here, so we came back here. And we're Midwesterners, born and raised, so we have a different philosophy on things here in Illinois, in the Midwest, than California. It's a very me society out there, where we're not like that here, you know.
Not only that,
The cost.
we really believe in diversification in weather,
Yes.
because you never know. For one
Pouring rain
day.
right now, it's going to snow later, and
Yeah.
tomorrow you might need your flip-flops. It's going to
Yeah,
be hot.
absolutely correct. How did you get started with this welding cap business, from nursing to being in California, moving? Did you move to Illinois because of this welding cap business?
No, we were only out there for 2 years, right after I first got married. Very young, just kind of exploring the world. Came back because we realized we couldn't afford it in California, and came back here. And our families were back here. We missed them. And I started this after, I love fiber arts. I love making things out of fabric and fibers. I'm a quilter. Been published in a couple quilt magazines, some of the designs I've made, and just kind of fell into it. I love fiber arts. My mother taught me how to sew when I was very young. It's a dying art. I wish people still were taught how to sew, but they don't. People don't know how to do this. So that's how I got doing that. And I was making Civil War reproduction clothing, believe it or not. I did Civil War reproduction events, reenacting, and people knew that I knew how to make these clothes and knew I knew how to sew. And believe it or not, I'm on a rifle team. I'm a sharpshooter with black powder rifles. And my teammate, who is an electrician, said, "Hey, Lori, I know you know how to sew. Can you make me one of these caps? I can't get one to fit." And I said, "Sure, I can make that for you." And that's how this started. And I made them in my basement at home, and he took them to work, and his coworkers wanted the caps. And next thing you know, here I am. He's bringing me some money, and I'm giving him a bag of caps. And I said, "Hey, you want to get in on this train?" And he's like, "No." I said, "I really think we're onto something here." And I did some research online, and not a lot of caps are made well, or made to size. They're just random caps that, they're kind of disposable. Guys would wear them for a short time and then throw them away. Where these, I use the highest quality fabrics, And I pre-wash the fabrics and dry them before I cut it and make them all to the customer's measurements. They're all custom made.
We're going to take a close look at those fabrics on our B-roll, and you can take a look at it right now. And I'm going to take this break because it's an important one. And we can't go forward until I do this and ask this question.
All right.
We talked about your family,
Yes.
but we left out somebody in that family.
Ooh.
Your husband?
My husband. My husband is a retired school superintendent. So he worked most of his career in education. He was an electrician and then decided to go back to school right after our son was born and went into education. So I couldn't do this without his support.
Yeah. And we'll look at it in a little bit. Don't let me forget to talk about a piece of equipment that I think he had part of helping and assisting in designing
He did.
because of his background, right?
He is a math and physics major, so a numbers guy completely. He designed my templates for my die cutting machine to cut all of the pieces exactly the dimensions we need for each and every size of cap that we make. So, and you know, the whole process is all numbers and all math, so you have to know some math to work here. And to make the sizes, to cut the pads of fabric, to cut the yardage of fabric to the certain measurements to go through the machines that we use. So he helped us come up with all of that numbers game.
I'm having real trouble trying to get these 2 pages apart.
Oh, they're stapled.
Oh,
Here, I'll help you.
look, you're such a tricky person. They're looking at us right now, and they're holding up cue cards for me so that I don't forget anything.
Okay.
So let's talk a little bit about, because I know we're going to find out more about the product, more about the company, more about the many exports you do throughout this country and others. But you do have some help.
I do.
And
This
let's
is
talk
Scully.
about your staff.
This is Scully. He is our model. He's not our mascot. I have a rabbit who is a mascot right here. This is Sid, my bunny. I love bunnies. So we had to have a rabbit for our logo. But this is Sid. He's our model. So if you go on my website or on Etsy, that's where I use my platform to sell. If you don't see Scully, it's not my cap. So you have to look for Scully. He's in each and every shot. And we put the cap right on Scully to model.
There you go. Now, let's do that website one more time. We're going to do it a couple of times during the interview so that people get that, because this is, once we get on YouTube, you know, you can be listening in wherever. And if you need this product, we'll give you information in the bottom of the screen as we close up how you can contact Lori, okay? Staff members, crews, people who show up and put in a few hours here making caps and quilting and sewing and designing and a few other side gigs that you also have attached to this company.
Currently, I have 10 employees, and I have 2 of my favorite employees. Not that they're not all my favorites, but they're sitting right here with me today. Angel is my shop manager and my right-hand girl. She really keeps me in line. And then I have Mary Jo. She's a retired nurse as well, so you have 2 nurses here in the room. And
3.
3. No, 2. 1, 2. Angel's not a nurse.
I thought you had another staff member that was a nurse.
No, teachers.
Oh.
Teachers. The other staff members are teachers.
All of them?
No, not all of them. Some
You
of
see,
them.
I'm trying to trick her, and you can't do that with this Lori. You just
I'm a
cannot do that.
nurse.
That website. Let's do that website again
The
because
website, I sell through Etsy, and Etsy is a platform, an online platform for people that make handmade goods or products that go into handmade goods. So I sell on Etsy. I don't have my own website because Etsy makes it so much easier with international sales. They take care of all the tariffs and the shipping and the taxes that are involved. So that's why I use Etsy. And my website is weldingcapsbylori.etsy.com. And you can go on there and
how
check
do you
that
spell
out.
Essie?
ETSY. Etsy.
Did you get that?
And I bet you'll see it on TV sometimes. They pop up in commercials. It is a worldwide, or I should say global company. Then my products get shown globally.
You know, I have to admit I've seen it.
Have
I didn't
you?
know what the heck it was.
That's what
but
it is.
if you watch streaming, if you got any streaming at home, you know, not cable, but I'm talking about streaming, you get those kind of commercials.
Yes.
You never heard of these.
No.
I never heard of your company either, but we will now, for sure. The 10 staff members, crews coming in here, and let's go from the website, and the reason why you have that website is because you go beyond Joliet, Shorewood, Frankfurt, Lockport, Crest Hill. You go to a few other places.
Last year, we sold to 24 different countries on all continents except Antarctica, but the Falkland Islands, which are just right there by Antarctica, so kind of count that one.
You have a client out there?
I do, and repeat customers, and it just amazes me the number of repeat customers we have, and it just makes us feel so good that people are coming back for the product.
Yeah.
And it's all word of mouth. I rarely advertise. It's all word of mouth, and it's our product speaks for itself.
Yeah. So those clients of yours actually work as search engines telling other people about the product and the quality and the service that they receive from you. You've been in business how long?
7 years. 7 years here at this location, 1 year at home in the basement before we needed to expand and come to this location.
Yeah.
And it's just a workshop here. It's not a retail shop. It's all done online. I do have some wholesale customers that order, large quantities of caps, and we do some custom embroidery for them. We can put your logo on a cap, put your name on a cap, and Angel is my embroidery girl. She does all of the embroidery.
So when she does embroidery, I had a special tour, and you're going to get one as well. As we talk here, you'll get glimpses of what we're talking about. But I spied something in the corner that does not fit on his head, and that is there's some shirts, T-shirts, and things like that that you also do?
Yes, we do. It's just iron-on transfer onto some shirts that you can wear to the job site or promote your product, promote my product by wearing one of our shirts. So you can find that on my website as well.
Okay, good. Let's talk. Yes, we will now begin to talk about the product because it comes in all kinds of sizes and colors, but I think there's a main theme as far as fabric is concerned. So let's start with the fabric first, and then you can tell me, as Paul Harvey used to say, the rest of the story.
The rest of the story. I love Paul Harvey. I'm sad that he's not on there anymore. He was fantastic on those
If
Sunday
you ever
morning
go
shows.
back to Facebook, which you don't go on, it's Instagram. He's on about every hour on Reels.
I
So
like that. I'll have to check that out.
You check it out. He's there.
Okay, so we use 100% cotton, and we use the highest quality fabric. No cheap, crappy fabric here. We use the highest quality. Like I said, I was into fiber arts and quilting, and you want something that's going to last, so you use a product that's going to last. It's kind of a win-lose situation for us. It's a win for the customer because they're getting a really quality fabric that's durable and lasts long, which means they don't have to come back and buy so often. They do come back, but they don't need to replace them as often as I would like because they last a long time. They really hold up for you. You get your bang for your buck with our
Well,
product.
I think that helps in we'd like to sell more to the same person, but
more.
that person recognizes the quality of that. And so again, as I come back to it, they become your main advertising, which is word of mouth.
100%. We are driven by word of mouth. I stand by my product. I stand by my ladies and the work that they do. And just customer service is the number one key to this business.
We're going to take some close-ups of these, but they come in different colors and styles. Or explain that for me.
Yeah, from plain to eccentric to cutesy fabrics to fun fabrics, and so you'll get to see some of these bins around us are all different styles of caps and colors that we put together.
Okay, we'll take a closer look at that for you. The I guess one of the other questions I have for you in terms of you're here in Joliet. Do you have in Illinois? Do you have some customer base here in the state?
I do. I do have some customers here in Illinois, but I'm going to tell you honestly, we are all over the whole world, all over the whole world. The southern part of the United States is really big in the oil industry and pipeline industry, so that's another huge part of our customer base.
Almost every construction site you have to wear at least a helmet. Can these things
hard
work with
hat.
that? A hard hat. Do these work
Yes.
with those too?
These are not just for welders, even though it's called a welding cap. Anybody that wears a hard hat or motorcyclists wear them. I have a few motorcycle clubs that get caps from me. Yes, they should wear a helmet, but they don't. They wear the
It's
beanie.
better than a do-rag anyway.
Right, it's better than a do-rag, and they can be customized with their logo and their names and stuff on them, so they like that, and the colors that they want.
During our tour, and you're going to see these, well, we'll take a look at them now as I'm talking about it, and as you're going to explain this to us. In one of the offices, as you'll see, take a nice close-up of this, there's some interesting, unique, and special and artistic, because you, aside from this character and your logo, although it's kind of tied into your logo, you have some gifts that were presented to you from some of your clients you have throughout the world. Tell me about that.
I have some metal art bunnies in the back that are made from just crazy metal objects that would be like in a recycling bin or, a scrap pile. And these gentlemen made me some rabbits. Of course, it has to be bunnies that are made from metal scraps. And we'll get some shots of those because they're amazing. I mean, the artistic ability of these people is crazy. It's wonderful.
So are these the owners? Are these the guys that work for the owners of your clients who've sent these to you?
Or they are workers themselves. They have their own businesses, a welding business, and they do this on the side. They make fun stuff out of metal.
Now I have a question for you that you're going to think about. Why would he ask me that? Because somewhere out there watching right now is a young person, or maybe not so young, because age today, I mean, you've got all kinds of history of people starting businesses in their 50s and 60s and even early 70s. But let's kind of focus in on the 20-year-old or the 30-year-old thinking about, I like to go into business, but I don't know if I could do it, or if I have enough education. Made that word up, to be able to do this. So what would your advice be? And let's just do it now. You men can take the same advice, but let's focus on the women who are out there. Maybe it's a single mom, maybe it's somebody who, the kids have now gone off and she's thinking, now what do I do? So your advice.
Advice is to research the item that you want to branch out into. And that's what I did with this. I did a lot of research online and found out that there really wasn't that much offered out there online. And seeing that, hey, this is a item that is a necessary thing. And during COVID, I really found out how necessary it was. We were essential workers during COVID. And that helped me reconstruct the business, reorganize the business, because I had to ship all my ladies home to sew. And so that helped us get ladies sewing at home and giving them an opportunity to keep making money during COVID, where other people were sent home from work and couldn't make any money. And so we were helping the essential workers stay safe and comfortable with the caps that we provide, and kept us working during COVID as well. So even though COVID was really bad, it helped a lot of things. It helped us progress. It helped our essential workers do the things that they need to do, and improve the product. And if you have a product that you want to do and get out there, Etsy is a great platform to look at. Get on social media and just research and read and look into things before you make that big jump. But take the risk. Do it.
Sure. Now, is there a place on the Etsy website, your website, because I think you told me, I don't think you told me, I know you told me that you could always use a few more people on the staff, on the crew.
Always.
Is that still correct?
Yes, I always need someone that knows how to sew, and that is a dying art, sadly. People do not know how to do that. They may dabble in sewing, but you have to be able to do production sewing, which is very precise and quick, and you can't just be somebody that just dabbles in sewing and do this job. You have to be able to keep up the pace and the quality. It's all about quality. Quality over quantity. And there is a wait. There's a 4 to 5 week wait for my caps. right now we have over 800 open orders. These people are willing to wait 4 to 5 weeks to get one of the caps because they're good and they hold up. And so that says a lot about our product, that people are willing to wait that long. In this world of instant Amazon, I don't like to wait either, but if you want something that's handmade and quality, you're going to have to wait.
Yeah. And American made.
And American made, yes.
They'll
And
take care of any tariffs that you have to worry
Right,
about.
made in USA.
I think we talk a little about the quality, but let's reach out to some of you out there. There may be 1, 2, 3, or a dozen or so folks, but you kind of need to live. Well, I don't know. Do they have to live in Joliet to be?
no, they don't. I had a lady that worked for me that lived in Arizona, that I would send things back and forth to her, some caps that needed to be sewed, and she would sew them and send them back to me. That was a little tricky, but it's not undoable.
Okay, so how do they reach you? So they want a job, they want to have actually, it's not really a job, because if they're doing this kind of work, they're almost a partner with you.
They can reach out to me through email, weldingcapsbylori@gmail.com.
One more time, because that was so smooth, you need to give it a little more.
Little more. weldingcapsbylori@gmail.com.
Oh, that's very good. I think we can get her on radio, don't you think? Yeah, I think so. You know, during our tour, I was fascinated with something that brought back memories of years ago. I used to look, I think I took the cleaning in for my mom on Clark Street in Chicago, because I'm born and raised in Chicago. There was something in there that you use. I have no idea what they call it today. I think it was like the drink mango or something.
A mangle.
Yeah, a mango.
And
What are you
honestly,
doing with a mango?
we have a mangle here, and it doesn't mangle up body parts. It mangles fabric. It steams and presses the fabric. It just glides right through, because we were using a hand iron, and that gets very tiring very quickly. So it's a gas or it has a gas pedal, then it's electric and steams the fabric nice and smooth, and because it comes out, we wash and dry the fabric, and it comes out of the dryer so wrinkled. It's insanely wrinkled. So, because it's cotton, and we have to pre-shrink the fabric before we cut it, so it doesn't shrink on the customer's head after they wash it one time.
And now we're looking at that. It reminds me of what you said in the first 13, 14 minutes of the interview. You said your husband is a math major, he's an educator, and he has helped you with designing a little product machine over here that, what does it do? What does that thing do?
It is a die press, and what he did is he made the sizes of the pieces of the caps. I can show you one right here. They're cut to our biggest size. We can cut probably 8 layers of fabric at a time. We make the little pads out of the fabric. It goes on top of there's razors in the bottom of the foam, and it has a plastic piece on top, and it goes through a die press. I would like a pneumatic press someday, but they're very expensive. So that's on the bucket list, just to get a pneumatic press to and cut the pieces. But right now it's all hand crank metal die press.
And then the other month, when you won the lottery, you were able to buy a $20,000 machine. What the heck does that do?
Oh, yeah, that is our pride and joy. That is Miss Angel. She does all of the embroidery here for the shop, all of it. It's a 10-needle embroidery machine. It's all computerized. We can put pretty much any image into it and have it stitch it out in all the different colors and different sizes to go on the side of a cap.
Okay, so this is the part of the interview I always say, what did I forget?
What did you forget? I don't know. What did I forget? Can you ladies think of anything we need to talk about? They're being all super quiet over here. Oh,
You always think about a block away, he will say something. This guy been with me forever, or I've been with him forever. Dick Schuster is well known in the Joliet area on Channel 6. He's actually the head poopa of the Channel 6 whole volunteer group. This is volunteer, by the way. You know.
which is amazing. That's
Yeah.
wonderful. Thank you for doing this for
Well,
us.
we love doing it, and we do it for, I don't know what we do it for.
I was
Fun and
blown
frolic.
away. When he contacted me, I was blown away. I'm like, oh, that is so cool. Yes, yes, I would like to do this.
That's great.
I would like people to know about it and that these things exist. And we're working so hard to get this done. We really do put a lot of our own personal feelings into the caps, and we want people to like them. We want good reviews. I live for good reviews. And if something is not done up to par, I want to know about it, and I want to make it right, and I will, because it means a lot to me.
Well, you mean a lot to us. We thank you very much for taking time out. I know you're busy here. We've stopped production here for a little bit, which is not a good idea. And we'll blame it all on Schuster, not me. Because he was supposed to put notes together for me.
I know I was supposed to do it too.
But you did.
Oh, okay.
I'm happy with it. I put some together. I didn't even look at mine. Mine are in here. Didn't even look at it because they're all the same as these. So there, you are, not only is your voice perfect for radio,
Face perfect
your
for
writing
radio.
ability is right there.
That's a
So,
joke. Face perfect for radio. Got a face
I
for
didn't
radio.
mean a face, I mean a voice.
I know.
I've got the face for
I'm
radio.
teasing you. I'm
Yeah.
teasing you.
So let's do this so they don't forget. We're going to put some stuff down there at the bottom, contact information, but let's do it verbally. Give me the website and then your email address as well.
Okay, the website, weldingcapsbylori.etsy.com.
Very good. Well, that's it. We're in Joliet, Illinois. I'm Richard Fredrickson. This is Channel 6 and also YouTube. We thank you for watching, visiting, and being with us. And we thank you, Lori, very much.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
It was great meeting you.
Thank you. Great meeting you. Say, we'll see you next time. Take care.